Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the like, smash up the like, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'm going straight in right now, fam. I'll come back to the comments. We got some business to take care of. This is going to be another short live. I'm going to be on here for about 15 minutes, and then I'll let you guys go and take care of your business. You dig what I'm saying? There is blood in the water after Attorney General Pam Bondi's epic meltdown during a hearing about the Epstein files with the House Judiciary Committee this week. A number of members of Congress took aim at the embattled general, but perhaps none were more brutal than Jasmine Crockett, representative out of Texas. Yeah, fam, this was pretty bad. Check it out.
The gentlelady from Texas is recognized.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. And to be clear, I'm not going to ask any questions of this witness because this witness has revealed that she has no intentions of answering questions. But instead, I'm going to ask some very basic questions really quickly of my colleague, Becca Ballant, if she will answer right or wrong, raping children.
Wrong.
Right or wrong, killing random citizens.
Definitely wrong.
Right or wrong, enriching yourself as the sitting president of the United States.
Definitely wrong.
Okay, thank you, because I probably never would have got that with our witness. Our witness who somehow is a lawyer but does not understand how it works with witnesses. I'm not really sure what law school she went to and what all kind of cases she tried, but typically when you come into a space and somebody's a witness, then they sit there and they answer questions instead of asking questions. And then we also have this objection that we use as lawyers called non-responsive when a witness fails to actually answer the question. But nevertheless, let me address the survivors because that's exactly who they are. They are not victims, they are survivors. Let me say thank you for having more courage and moral clarity in your pinky fingers than the entire Department of Justice. We are currently the laughing stock of the world, partially because of the failed leadership within the DOJ as we see kings and queens falling everywhere around the world. But we don't know the basics of right and wrong in this country because it's not about partisanship. And that's why I applaud Thomas Massie, because he's the only person on the Republican side that has a backbone and knows how to stand up to corruption. But nevertheless, let me keep going. My Democratic colleagues have been attacked this entire committee hearing. They have been lied on. And frankly, the American people weren't looking for that. They were looking for answers about the corruption that they see coming from this administration. In the written testimony of this witness, of this particular witness, she stated that when she took office, she had two main goals. The first was to end the weaponization of justice, and second, to return the department to its core mission. Not only have you lied about both, you've intentionally done the exact opposite. You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting journalists than you are prosecuting pedophiles and creeps. In fact, your boss, the President of the United States, stated that this administration, quote, took the freedom of speech away. And at your direction, DOJ has arrested Don Lemon and Georgia Fort. And I might add that y'all actually had a judge that rejected y'all for trying to arrest Don Lemon before, just like the grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Kelly, just like a grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator Slotkin, just like the case against Tish James was dismissed and the case against Mr. Comey was dismissed. I completely don't get how it is that you're sitting at the top of DOJ because you don't seem to be good at your job. You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting these journalists. In fact, we know after Georgia Fort and Don Lemon were arrested, we know that there were homes of journalists that were raided. We know that threatened prosecution against students protesting your actions and forced tech companies to remove apps used to track ISIS activities. But let's circle back to you protecting pedophiles and creeps, because I want to talk about the president and his possible involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, I don't know what the president might have done with Jeffrey Epstein, but unlike this administration, I believe that facts matter. So let's talk about the facts. Fact number one, Donald Trump is one of the most named people in the Epstein files. At least 5,000 files contains more than 38,000 references to Trump, his wife, or Mar-a-Lago. Fact number two, Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell made young girls available to Trump on multiple occasions. For example, according to this file, Ghislaine Maxwell presented a young girl to President Trump who spent more than 20 minutes apparently flirting with her. Here's another example. This shows notes from FBI investigators that describe Jeffrey Epstein transporting a victim to Mar-a-Lago to meet with President Trump, where he bragged to Trump that, quote, "this is a good one." Now, I'm not saying that the president is a pedophile, but there is a lot of evidence in these files that suggests that he's very close friends with a lot of men who are pedophiles. What's crazy about all of this is just that this is a big cover-up. And this administration is engaged in it. In fact, this administration is complicit. But there are numerous others, like how the DOJ is attempting to obstruct justice in the investigation of the rogue agents who have murdered American citizens, or how the DOJ seized voter data from Fulton County in an attempt to steal the 2026 midterm elections, or how federal agents have Tom Homan on tape accepting a bribe and your agency killed the investigation, or how your agency is ready to give the president a $230 million payday, which is unconstitutional. The Constitution is clear. The president shall not receive any payment except his salary while in office. The fact of the matter is that you will be remembered as one of the worst attorney generals in history. An attorney general who has prioritized obstruction over justice, corruption over the law, fealty to the president over loyalty to the Constitution. And Mr. Chairman, I will yield.
Gentlelady yields. Gentleman from Missouri is recognized. Excuse me, gentleman from Kansas, the Attorney General, former Attorney General, Mr. Missouri is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and General Bondi, thanks for being here. Did you have anything you wanted to say before we talk?
I do. Thank you, Congressman. Thank you, my friend, for many years. I find it interesting that she didn't even want to try, Congresswoman Crockett, to ask any questions, because she certainly did not condemn her leader, Hakeem Jeffries, for taking money from Jeffrey Epstein after Epstein was convicted. And I will be brief to give you your time, Congressman. This is what she didn't want to talk about. Texas, from Cuba. Convicted, homicide, arson, weapon offense.
Convicted. So what we talking about? Convict some of these perpetrators that rape these women that are sitting behind you, that you refuse to even acknowledge they are here.
Time belongs to the gentleman from Kansas.
Mr. Chairman, could I have a few seconds back to make up for the yelling? Thank you.
Let me just stop right quick, fam. I don't know who that guy is that's speaking right now, but let me just say this. This is not just what this administration does, but this is what politicians do in general. They cherry pick cases to make a broader statement. They cherry pick isolated cases to make a broader statement and to prove a point. Pam Bondi just showed us a couple of, she had 2 or 3 pictures of some immigrants who committed crimes. They committed essays, right? 2 or 3 pictures. And she tried to make those 2 or 3 people representative of all immigrants. Like, this is what they do. Look at this. This is why we're doing what we're doing. This is why we're so hard on them. This is why we're killing people, because this is why we're busting their doors and stuff, because look, they're criminals. They're criminals. They took 2 people out of millions of people. She put up 2 or 3 photographs of bad guys who essayed people and killed people, right? But if you look at this country overall, you'll see murder, 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 rape, sexual assaults, brutalization, torture, everything you can think of, anything that you can think of, a vile act that can be committed against a human being is happening right here in the United States. And on a consistent basis, the perpetrator are Americans. They're U.S. citizens. They're not immigrants. They're U.S. citizens. If you really want to compare crime, U.S. citizens versus immigrants, there ain't no comparison. The U.S. citizens win hand down. Now, this is not me trying to defend immigrants. This is me making logic out of this thing that they're trying to do. This is me speaking logic. This ain't got nothing to do with me trying to side with immigrants, because I really don't side with illegal immigrants at all. I think that the borders should be secured. They should be secured. But charity starts at home. And you got to get your own home in order first before you start talking about other people. That's my point. And the other point is that they always do this. They'll say, we have to be tough on crime. So let's say some mandate comes down and they decide that they're going to let a lot of nonviolent people go back home, go home, right? Are they going to let some? Are they going to? They're going to grant somebody clemency, or they're going to give somebody a break in the judicial system? We're going to let this guy out of prison. He's been in prison for 20 years, right? He's been in prison for 20 years. Now, most guys who go to prison for 20 years, they get out after committing a murder, they never murder again. But this particular guy, because he murdered again, they're going to use that one guy as an example to represent all of these guys and say that all of them might kill again. So don't let any of them out. That's the play.
General,
Thank
did you have anything
Congress.
further to say?
Texas, convicted of homicide. Cecil Joseph from Dominican Republic. Texas, convicted for kidnapping, rape. Khalid Khan from Afghanistan. That's why they want to talk about Epstein and not what's happening in their own states.
Thank you, General, and thank you for being here. And this has been quite a spectacle to.
Well, that's it. That's it right there. That's it. But you see the point that I'm trying to make here, fam. Pam Bondi got her work cut out for her right now, because she has people on the right that's ready to let her go. You know, when Kyle Rittenhouse wants you out, you know you got problems. You know, Kyle Rittenhouse is uncivilized. When he says that you are doing a horrible job for the Republicans, you got to look at that, right? But other Republicans like Nancy Mace from North Carolina has called her out and said she has to go. Conservative commentator Eric Erickson wrote on Substack that Pam Bondi needs to resign immediately. And then you had Mike Wilnow, who wrote on X that Attorney General Pam Bondi should resign immediately. But also you had social media influencers like Laura Loomer, Dan Bongino, Steve Bannon, Jack Posobiec, Hodge twins, Alex Jones, all of these people on the right. These are Trump loyalists who want her out. They want her out. I thought Jasmine Crockett did a good job of calling out the inconsistencies. I think she did a good job at demanding direct answers. She highlighted the ethical concerns. She pointed out selective outrage. She used Bundy's own past quotes to challenge her credibility in real time. She refused to let interruptions derail her line of questioning. She framed the issue as accountability and not partisanship. She shifted focus back to the victims and consequences, not political optics. She exposed contradictions in messaging between Bondi and Trump allies. And she closed with a sharp reminder that the public officials serve the people, not political figures. And that's where we are right now. The public officials are serving political figures, not the people. And The trip part is a lot of the people are so slow that they put it in the hands of public officials and said, hey man, just do whatever you want to do. As long as you're doing it, as long as you are representing my side of the aisle, I don't care what you do. Just do it and just do it. Go, 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 do, go, 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 go. And it shows, in my opinion, it shows the lack of intelligence when you allow somebody to just make decisions arbitrarily for you, where you have no say-so, you don't even want to have say-so. It's one thing to not have say-so. It's another thing when you don't even want to have say-so. You're that damn mentally lazy that you don't even want to have say-so. You just wake up and say, what we doing? You wake up and say, what they did for us today? Oh, okay, we took an L today. Okay, well, they're going to figure it out. Oh, we won? Yeah, for us, yeah, we won. Get online, pick size, 100% based on who's did this or who did that for the side that you're representing. As I said many, many times, fam, I don't trust either one of them. I don't trust none of them. I think that they're all self-serving. Well, at least I'm saying the parties are self-serving. I think that there are some good people in each party, actually. I think there are some good people, but mostly the people who serve us or who's supposed to serve us are trash. Yep, I said it. I think the people who are supposed to serve us are trash and they need to be taken out, to the pasture, if you dig what I'm saying. Let's see who in the comments right quick. Nikki, what's up? Who was that? Jeffrey Owens. Real fireman. Whitley, what is that? Canithius? Never heard of that name. Dennis, what's up? I see Tony, MSB, Dundada. What's up, Connie? Yvonne. Louis Casato, Sylvia Martin, John Mark, St. Louis. Yo, what's up, Wynn Walker? What it do? Taylor Nubia. I see you, Nikki Marks. It's all good, Nikki. It's all good. Carl Allen, what up, China Carter? Where you been, China? Hey, you been moonlighting. Yeah, I saw you on that other dude YouTube page over there, all up in the comments, all in the video. I saw you. Yeah. Tony Snow, what's up? Who is that? Rainer? Ray, what up? Jeffrey Owens. What's up, Hector? What it do? You got that right. It's all good, China. It's all good. I know you're riding. I know you're rocking with me. All right, fam, that's my time. I appreciate y'all joining live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.